Hello everyone, this is Unit 13 here on Scene at the Homestead, and I want to share with you my experience with a couple of pet products as seen in the video here. There's a bifold ramp and an elevated tub that I'm going to speak of. We'll start off with the ramp, then switch over to the tub. Alright, the Petsafe 62-inch bifold ramp. The reason this was chosen is because it does fold, and the dimensions of it, once folded, fit into the tub itself, so it's all easy to store in a semi-compact space, as small as the tub will go. It's lightweight plastic and easy to clean, and the width of it fit the tub opening, plus it looked like from all of the ramps that I've seen on the internet, like it had a flat surface on the section up there where it connects into the tub. I was hoping that it would do that, and it turns out that it did. If I had ordered it and it wouldn't have done that out of the box, then I would have I would have returned it. But those are modifications that I did, which I'll cover later in this video. The first trouble I had is the way that it's set up now. That cinder block wasn't in there. I just had it set up with the tub and the ramp without the cinder block. And when I did that, and our dog started to go up that ramp, and I had a hard time getting the dog up that ramp, was when the dog reached the middle of the ramp, her weight started pushing down there, and it started to tilt the tub. So to counteract that, there are some screw holes in that concrete pad there where the tub is setting. I just rigged up a loop, then screwed it into one of the hurricane shutter holes that are drilled there. There's a screw that will screw into the floor. And then I used a ratchet strap to hold the front of the tub down. When I did that, it held the front of the tub down and stable, but then once I got the dog to the middle of the ramp, I noticed that it was pushing down. It had quite a bit of flex there, and that gave me concern that it might break something. So I put the concrete block in the little pieces of wood that I had cobbled together there as shown in the photo to counteract those forces. Once I did that and added towels to cover the ramp, my dog walked straight up that as if she had always done it. That was a big surprise, but it worked. The dog was really counting on the stability of that ramp. If there's any wobbling at all with it, my dog will jump off of there, which is not a good thing on a slippery floor like that painted concrete there. When it's wet, it's like ice. Now, I'm not sure if I would have purchased this ramp based on the reviews I'm about to show you, but I didn't see those when I was paging through the 1-star reviews. I didn't go back far enough. But once I saw that sagging or flexing issue in the middle of that ramp when my dog's on it, I thought that it could be a problem. So I went back and I started looking through Amazon's reviews and found the following. I went through every one of their 1-star reviews, and here's what I found. In this photo here, we can see where that ramp has snapped at the hinge. In this photo here, we can see the ramp is snapped at the hinge, and that broken piece looks very similar to the one we just looked at. Here we go again with the same thing. You see the pattern there? It looks like it's snapping in the same place, and it's breaking almost exactly the same pattern. I'm not sure how to put that. Here we go again with another ramp that's broken, and look at the shape of the break. Now here's one that supposedly came out of the box like this, but I'm not so sure about that, because what is clearly visible in the upper part of that photo there on the ramp are what appear to my eye to be scratch marks from dog claws. So maybe somebody sent this back and then they sent this out to a customer at Amazon. I'm not sure, but those look like claw marks to me. And here we go again with another one broken with this, that same shape, that same pattern, which tells me there's some kind of flaw in there. Now the good thing is that the consistent thing that I saw on all of these reviews is that the company gets back to the customer on this and tries to fix it and make it better, which is really important to me because they've tried. I wrote my review on there. I wrote a 1-star review because of what my experience was, and this is what they responded with. So the company is trying to make this better. So I don't want this to dissuade anyone from purchasing this product, because the company at least does stand by it as long as you fall within the warranty period. Let's get on to the modifications that were made to improve this ramp. Alright, here in this little clip I'm pointing to the clevis pin that's been pushed from the ramp into the tub. It's opened up just a little bit there so we can see it more clear. Normally it's a lot more tight fit and pushed into that hole that's visible between the tub and the ramp. What I did was mark the place where I wanted to drill the holes, and then drilled the holes and pushed the clevis pin from the back side of the ramp through the tub, and then attached it that way. It works really well. As long as it doesn't get any lateral movement, it should last for years, I hope. Otherwise, it'll probably snap off pretty easy. But keep in mind, this is tub and the ramp is not designed for this purpose. This is my personal modification. Next modification done was a more permanent solution to the concrete block and wood support under the hinge. I purchased a couple of 3-ton Harbor Freight jack stands for this purpose, and I was concerned when I purchased them whether they would be, or whether they would extend high enough to support this ramp as it's set up. It turns out I didn't have to adjust them at all. They fit under there perfectly for this scenario without any adjustments whatsoever. And then I have some of that non-slip mat there just to help them stay in place. It makes that thing really stable. What's not visible in this photo are the towels that I put down the middle of this thing. Our dog did not want to go up that ramp. Even with the stability of those jack stands, but as soon as I put towels on it, the dog will go up it. So I don't know, but I think it's possibly a color issue. I'm not sure if that black ramp doesn't look like just a big black space to the animal, like when you see a cattle guard on the roadway, if they're perceiving it that way. But when I put light colored towels on there, the dog will walk up that thing like it always has done it. So that's been a big surprise, but a very successful one. Okay, I think that is all of the modifications that was done to the ramp, and also the suggestions that go along with it. It needs to be stabilized there under that hinge, otherwise I believe that it'll snap at some point from all the flex in it. However, those jack stands in this application work perfectly. I'm not going to be looking for anything else at this point. Switching over to the Booster Bath brand portable pet bathtub. It's shipped in 2 halves, which are then snapped together. The company says it should not be taken apart again as it will damage the product. What is removable and reusable are the legs on it, which also is the issue with this tub. If it wasn't for that design flaw, I think that this would be a really great tub. As it is, with the addition of the shower seat there, it makes it completely usable. Without that, we couldn't use this. I wouldn't try to put my dog in it. Switching over to my issues with this tub. We can see the legs here, and it looks like those legs would keep the tub very stable, but it doesn't. Due to the softness of the plastic and the way that those legs fit into the sockets on the bottom of that tub there, it wants to push those legs outward. If I didn't have that shower chair there where the dog sits while I'm giving it a bath, it wants to sag and press those legs out. The first time I used this, the dog jumped out just as one of the legs came apart or came disconnected from that. I know it was installed correctly because I know what I'm doing. I followed the instructions exactly as the manufacturer recommended. So that wasn't the issue. The other area of concern are the tab areas that make the legs removable. There's a section there where there's a approximately half-inch wide piece of plastic, and then there's the tab. I figure at some point one of those is going to give away. Either the tab will snap, or the section where at the bottom of the tab will break at some point. I'm not the only one who's had the issues with this. There are several reviews, or actually multiple reviews, that report the same issue. This one here describes that the feet slide out from under it. This review here describes that the times the leg in the front went out. This one here describes that the legs fall off and the whole unit can collapse. And this one is very similar. They just also describe how wobbly it is, and it's very wobbly without that center support. So let's go into the center support. I've had a shower chair around here for a while that I bought off Craigslist, and I thought about different ideas of how to support that middle, then remembered this chair. So I thought I would test it out one day. I put it under there, adjusted it, and it fit perfectly under there. So anyone that's got one of these tubs or is going to get one, you should probably count on getting one of these shower chairs just to make sure that it will prevent those legs from splaying out. Because I think with that middle support, there's not enough pressure on those legs. And if you look at the way the legs really cantilever out from under that, all this pressure is not put straight down on the legs, but it's put on the back side of the lip where the leg fits into, I guess the tendon of the leg fits into there, as is visible in this photo here, and then in this photo here. I'm not sure what else to add to that. That was my solution to it, and that's why I keep using it. It works really well now. Without that, I wouldn't use it. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to continue to use this setup because it actually works for us with the additions of the jack stands and the shower chair there. It works really well. I think that's all I've got. If I think of anything else, I'll put it in my blog. If you have any questions, just post them down in the comments. This is Unit 13. I'm out.
Zone 88 elevator call engine 88, responding 200 Northwest 62nd Street at Broward Trade Center, cab number 3. Closing occupants inside. No one sick or injured at this time. Nothing further, 1603.